Eden Hazard's free kick sailed over a sea of teammates and harmlessly out of play, Maurizio Sarri finally flipped in the dugout. "50 minutes had passed and in the dank surroundings of Barysaw, his side were producing the worst performance of his short reign as Chelsea manager. Overcome by frustration, Sarri, who had suffered with a fever earlier in the day, flew into a temper tantrum on the touchline. He wagged his finger, stomped his feet and his invective flew out into the Belarus night. The specific target of his spleen may have been Hazard, but it was crystal clear that Sarri was by now thoroughly fed up of his players' collective showing. Whether they took much notice we will never truly know, but Sarri was at least appeased in the minute that followed. At last, Chelsea rose from their slumber. The ball was worked wide to Emerson Palmieri, up from left back, and the Brazilian crossed well for Olivier Giroud, who stole in front of his marker to head in at the near post. For Giroud, it marked the end of a personal ordeal, as he scored his first Chelsea goal for 794 minutes, a run that stretched all the way back to May. For Chelsea, the relief was palpable. This victory ensured their qualification into the final 32, but Sarri had reason for irritation. Chelsea have not been at their freewheeling best in this competition, defeating both Videoton and PAOK Salonika each by a single goal, but at times this was truly rotten. On a night they were spared 3 times by the woodwork. The conditions, it should be said, were not ideal. But Chelsea would have expected this. Nestled away in the Belarusian woodlands, the elements were never likely to be kind for a winter fixture in Barysaw. Yet the fog was particularly prohibitive on a bitingly cold evening and Chelsea did not seem up for a contest. "We didn't play very well," Sarri said. "There were only conditions to play very badly, for the cold, the opponents, the pitch, for everything. But we could have done better." Sarri left Marcos Alonso, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz and Alvaro Morata at home, but there was no shortage of star turns in the Chelsea lineup. Yet even with Jorginho and Hazard starting, Chelsea's play was sluggish and predictable. Sarri's team did not record a shot on target in the first half and they deserved to be behind. Borisov enjoyed the closest sights of goal.A firecracker atmosphere, nearly had the opening to ignite the home faithful further. Dmitri wound up and unleashed a searing strike that thundered off the post and from the resultant corner, an almighty melee saw goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga make a point-blank save. Chelsea appeared startled that their hosts had the temerity to unsettle them. Borisov made only one change from the side that was 2-0 down inside 8 minutes at Stamford Bridge a fortnight ago, but here they played with authority, discipline and bite. Behind the goal, the Borisov ultras bounced along merrily, cheering every fierce tackle by their own players and cherishing every misplaced pass by the visitors. When the referee Nikola Dubanovic blew up for half-time with the scoreline goalless, the home crowd stood to applaud their players off the pitch. The Belarusian champions have defeated Bayern Munich and Roma on this ground in recent years, but nobody had predicted another upset here. Chelsea scratched around for momentum. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Hazard were both irritated by the officials' failure to award free kicks, while Pedro overhit a pass on the counter-attack and Emerson was dispossessed deep inside his own half. It summed up a disjointed performance. Even after breaking the deadlock through Giroud, Chelsea treaded a perilously fine line. Stanislav Dragon's long-distance shot was diverted by Nikolai Signovic and the deflection took the ball up against the underside of the crossbar. Hazard then dozed off and fullback Alexi Rios galloped onto an inviting loose ball but blazed over. Chelsea did briefly settle down and Giroud came close to a second with another fine header. Yet Chelsea failed to kill the game and then endured a chaotic period of injury time, as Borisov goalkeeper Denis Skurbitsky came up for two corners and the home side struck the post for the final time through substitute Yevgeny Barysaw.